Brian, are you there?
Hey, Ariel, how you doing?
I'm doing great. So, Brian, I know no time to waste. You're very busy, so let's get right into it. When did you find out that Tony Ferguson was out of UFC 223 and that there was a chance your guy, Max Holloway, could slide in? When did this all come to your, doorstep, so to speak?
About 3:30, 4 o'clock East Coast time yesterday.
And how did it all unfold? How were you told? And did you think, like many of us, that this was some cruel April Fool's joke?
I didn't even realize it was April Fool's, man. Everybody started blowing up my phone afterwards saying, this is a joke, this is April Fool's. I didn't even tie that together until I had 300 text messages. So, yeah, I didn't know, man.
So was this the UFC calling you and saying, hey, Tony Ferguson is out? What do you think about Max Holloway stepping in on 6 days' notice?
Pretty much, yep. Max had already had his eyes on both Tony and Khabib, for some time. He actually said it in the last media thing that we did, the big media thing we did, Media Day. The only concern that I had was, can he make the wait in time? I mean, it's 6 days away, and he's got like an 18-hour flight from Hawaii to hop on. So, Max didn't hesitate at all. He immediately said to me, I mean, his exact words were, he's like, let's fucking do it, bro. This is how legends are made. That's exactly what he said to me. And then I said, we got to let George crunch the numbers because I don't want the weight cut. I'm sure he can make the weight. I want him to make it healthy, and I don't want it to have any long-term effects on him. So, George crunched the numbers. It took about an hour and a half for George to do all of that, check everything out. Came back, said he can do it, and he said he can 100% do it. It's going to be a grind for him. He's like, but if anybody can do it, he said he knows Max can, and he can do it in a healthy manner. So, yeah, after that, it was just on.
And by the way, George is George Lockhart, his nutritionist, right?
Yeah, George Lockhart. Yeah.
Yep.
Lockhart Lee.
Did you throw out the idea of maybe making this a 165 fight? Maybe no title on the line, but a big opportunity so that it's an easier cut.
We did. We said we would do it at welterweight, and UFC wanted it to be a title fight. So, that's when we reevaluated, and Max said, let's like I said, he said that quote.
Could you tell us how much Max weighed when he agreed to this fight?
He has some weight to lose. I don't want to get into all of that right now. I want to, Max is on the airplane right now. This has all happened so fast that, we have barely even been able to get our ducks in a row. I'm scrambling right now, packing and heading out myself. So, let's just say that he's going to make weight, and he's going to make weight safely. So let's just leave it at that.
And to the best of your knowledge, just to reiterate what Dana White has said publicly, this is for the 155 title. If he wins on Saturday night, he will be a dual champion, correct?
That is what I've been told, yes.
Okay. Do you have any concerns about, the fact that they haven't stripped Conor of the belt yet?
I don't have any concerns with that. I told Hunter to make sure that there's 2 belts by the cage, and he said, "Will do." So
I love it. This stuff is giving me chills. It's unbelievable. When you called Max about this opportunity, in the back of your mind, did you think, okay, this is my duty as his manager to bring opportunities to him, but he's not going to accept it given, the circumstances? Like, are you surprised that he said yes to this?
I'm never surprised with Max, man. And I'm not just saying that. The kid is seriously one of the most strong-minded people I've ever met. And no, I'm not surprised. Not at all.
What about the ankle? Because I spoke to him just a couple of weeks ago on this show, and he was talking about July and just starting to run again. What is the state of his ankle, and how healthy is he going into this fight?
He's okay. I mean, he recovered a lot faster than the doctors had expected him to. So the treatments that they did on him, really took to him as well as they could to anybody. So he has been training, and he has been testing it. He's been pushing it, and so far he's pushed it pretty hard, and it seems okay. This is just one of those things where we have to weigh out the options on whether or not the opportunity was worth the risk. And Max wanted to do it. He's kind of talked about this moment for a long time. We just didn't know it was going to happen on 6 days' notice.
Did you have to get clearance from his doctors? Were they a part of this decision as well?
Yes.
And no reservations. They all felt comfortable.
Everything is, yeah, they've double checked them, and yeah, they cleared him a little early is all.
I know I might be getting ahead of myself here, but should he pull off the upset on Saturday, and maybe you disagree that it would be categorized as an upset, could this be the end of his run at 145?
Knowing Max, I don't think so. I think he wants to do what the other champion didn't, and make a statement, make a point that way. So I don't know. I do know that that his time as a 145er was, probably going to be on the clock soon, but he had full intentions to defend it, 2-3 more times before he made any moves. So I would, my guess from knowing Max is he's going to want to do something that hasn't been done.
Did that Conor McGregor name come up at all? Basically the scenario you just played out, and I mentioned at the beginning, I would be now holding the 2 belts that he's been stripped of, and I could, I could say that I'm the guy that he was supposed to be, and now the stars are aligning perfectly for this mega fight. Did that come into the decision making at all?
It's been a funny situation with Max. He's not somebody that has ever. He was somebody that he's never gone after Conor like everybody else. He's always been very aware of the fact that he's not going to give that to Conor. He's going to earn his way, and he's going to make Conor come to him. And that's the way he's been playing. That's why you've never seen Max go out there and just blatantly call out Conor. Conor will throw a jab at him, and Max will come back with a 1-2 on social media. And in my opinion, just decimate any verbal sparring that they've done. But that's about the most of it for Max. From there, he's earning his position just like he did when he earned the title. He didn't leapfrog over anybody to earn the title. He legitimately cleaned out the division. There's really nobody left for him to fight now except for Brian Ortega. Even that fight, had Brian not pulled off that amazing win over Frankie, a lot of people would have said that he wasn't ready yet. So, Max, like I said, he's done it the methodical way.
And could you give us a glimpse of what the next 5 days are like for you and Max and the team? What are you going to do? What is the plan to try to get, because obviously now, media, as much as we want to talk to him, I get it that it's kind of on the back burner. He has to make this weight. How difficult do you think the next 5 days are going to be for him and the team?
Like I said, Max is a different breed. Knowing him, all I need to do is, without even letting him know, is I've just got to shield him and let him stay focused, because he probably won't skip a beat. I wouldn't be surprised if he does his normal week. But as his manager and as his teammates would say, we're just trying to minimize everything right now and get it focused, because we've never done anything on this short of notice. He's going to be ready. He's ready. He's extremely pumped. Extremely pumped. I don't want to talk too much right now, but you'll see. Sure. If everything goes well after the fight, we can talk again.
Very, very quickly, last thing for you, Brian. Is it possible to quantify, business wise, what this would do for this young man's life if he pulls this off?
It just depends on how everything plays out, man. It could be, yeah, obviously. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that it could be great, like very, very, very good. So, we're not really focusing on all of that right now. Right now, we're just focusing on, getting him to Brooklyn safely and getting him into fight week.
Did the UFC offer him more money to take this fight?
Everything was taken care of, and everything was taken care of.
Thank you so much for doing this, Brian. I can't thank you enough for squeezing us in. Best of luck to you and the team. And again, just a job well done on pulling this off on such short notice. It's an amazing story. We really appreciate your time here this morning.
Thank you, man.